Without taking any objects with you, how could you impress a caveman? Memorize the dates of 2 solar eclipses. Impress him by being alive without knowing how to make fire or hunt. I do a cartwheel. I can't imagine they had been invented yet, and I'm pretty okay at them. Doing the moonwalk. Breakdance battle, then get him in an arm bar. I don't know how to do either thing, so I'll have to learn before I go back in time. Perspective drawing. With my weak-ass physical form, the man would be amazed how I survived and wasn't eaten by wild hedgehogs. Just be there. I have no right being as hairless and freakishly tall and scrawny as I am. Doing that thumb thing where you split it in half. We would probably impress them even without trying. Just with the sheer amount of body fat, the remaining hunters and gatherers are usually very lean, and even someone with BMI 23 would be considered a fatty. Pick up a heavy rock. I think that would resonate with them. Honestly, I'd just have to hope that having blue eyes is novel enough to make me interesting. I'm a good artist, so if I can access some berries or ash or something like that, I could draw a realistic portrait of them. Edit. I keep getting people telling me they wouldn't recognize their own face. I know that's not really the point. I should have just said realistic art. I just prefer portraits. I just thought they would be impressed to see a realistic drawing of a human's face, and even if they don't recognize their own face, they can recognize their friend's face. Also, instead of using natural materials, I found I could also just carve it into stone with a sharp rock. That would easily work too. I do prefer line art. Instead of impressing the cavemen, carve pictures of UFOs and aliens into their caves just to screw with modern archaeologists. By being 6'1", with no body or facial hair and pale AF skin. Depending on how far back, making and using simple tools could be enough. I have a lot of dumb tattoos. Studies show that early humans were also into tattoos. We could compare and contrast and mix our styles. The Macarena. I'm dead going bare-ass naked back to caveman times. I know some survival skills, but not nearly enough. Infect them with all the modern contagions I'm bringing back. Edit. I would like to use this opportunity to disavow the spending of real currency on fake internet stickers. I would do that thing where you twist your palms together and wiggle your middle fingers. Edit. Wow. I was working on my boat all day and came home to this being my highest ever comment. LMAO. Thanks for the upvotes, fellow Redditors. Tough. Because there's the bit about me being a stranger to them. The language barrier. And the complete lack of common understanding between us. The sling and the spear thrower predate humans living in caves in significant numbers. So I'd expect cavemen to already have those things. In fact, it's thought they also had the bow and arrow. Though it didn't break through to the big time until 3000 BC in Egypt. Mastery of fire predates humans as a species. Given that, I'd have Stone Age technology to work with. And be dependent on the cave people for even that. I don't think I could impress them at all. Invent the wheel or some other revolutionary simple invention. Edit. Okay, the wheel was an example of a primitive invention. In reality, I would observe his life and do my best to create something that could make his life easier. Like if he didn't have nets for fish. Beatboxing. Show the ladies my clean-shaven balls. Build a trebuchet. There's all you need right there. L. Lay down flat on my back with an erection and tell time via sundial. Show them my mouth full of mostly white, straight teeth. Edit. People fixating on oral hygiene, sugar, cavities, etc. I meant actually keeping all your teeth physically intact. Thought adulthood. Accidents, injury, fights, wear and tear from using your teeth as cutting tools are all going to physically damage your teeth. Save them 16% on their car insurance. By getting mistaken as a dangerous invader and getting beaten to death with zero effort. Early humans weren't particularly dumb. It just takes a long time of stumbling around in the dark when you have no frame of reference to create anything. We also managed to survive through socializing and learning from each other. So I doubt they would be nearly as violent as people tend to think. Most immediately impressive. I could probably locate and demonstrate the refinement of some metals. The quality would obviously be terrible. But that's a huge leap. I could also introduce the beginnings of math and precision measurement. but that might prove to be a higher hurdle than I think. I am fat. Mega hot to cavewoman. Take down the biggest dude with some crazy jujitsu move that I'd learned prior to leaving. And make it look easy. Build a lazy Susan for them. Mealtime would never be the same. It'd be like a Stargate. But for food delivery. Carve out large containers. Char the insides. Scrub them clean with very hot sand and a bit of water. Use them to ferment fruit into alcohol. While it's fermenting, I'd make a small clearing next to a river and start planting the best seeds there. Be naked. Intense air guitar. Sick backflip. Shadow puppet show. I can do a bird. A dog. A butterfly. A bunny. And Nixon. I'm pretty sure I can entertain some cavemen with those somehow. Edit. For those wondering how to do Nixon, here as a guide. Singing and doing the electric slide. Simple machines. Demonstrate how useful a pulley is. For instance. Once that's done, and they are willing to wait for something really cool. Gears. Belts. Counterweights etc. I'd be big brain caveman. They will come to me for ideas and stuff. Flash him my boobs. A timeless choice. With well-organized code. Kill them all with the common flu and survive it. God amongst cave men. Cook up some wicked mammoth steak. I'm blind without my glasses. My phone keeps track of my schedule and I work in front of a computer all day. If I went back to caveman times, I would impress them with how useless I am. What they would think: he can't aim, he can't forage for food, he doesn't know how we communicate, he can't walk on the ground. I would need shoes. He can't eat food. I get locked jaw, so I try not to eat chewy food. He gets lost all the time. He isn't strong, he is ugly. I think they would find me ugly. We should just leave him behind. The fact I survived for this long with zero skills would impress them. Speak modern English. Be abnormally small and scrawny. Beatboxing. Armpit farts. And maybe some really fine flint napping. I'm a farmer and metal worker. My hobbies are pottery, primitive trekking, weaving, building things, brewing, and carpentry. I'm pretty sure all of that would blow the minds of Paleolithic hunter-gatherers. First order of business. Deal with the smokiness of the cave with a rocket stove and dual-chamber cob oven. Second order of business. Glazed ceramics for cookware and other useful objects such as fat lamps. Third order of business. Iron tools. Fourth. Wood joinery and houses. Laminated bows. The lathe. Fifth. Agriculture. Sixth. Plant and animal breeding and genetics. Seventh. Paper. Ink. And written language. Eighth. Math. Measurement. Ninth. Balance scales and weights. 10th. Simple machines. I could go on. But I could. If they take to it. Get them as far as steam power. Hydroelectric power. Light bulbs. And early radio. Crack your knuckles. Just by existing, a caveman would be totally floored by a 6'4" guy. They were typically under 5'6", in his early 30s. Typical lifespan for them was approximately 35 years. Edit. Didn't do research. Was working off memory, mixing up average with typical. Shaved. With cut hair. Smooth skin. No signs of aging, weathering or otherwise difficult life. Apart from a few hand calluses from the gym. Straight white teeth, etc. Edit 2. Okay. Looks like cavemen were tall. Long-lived. With great teeth. What the hell have we gained with 20,000 years of modernization? This is harder. Because at the time our ancestors were recognizably human and living in caves. They were experts in making the tools they needed for their world. All most of us can hope for today is to be an expert with one set of modern tools. The very best of us can use modern tools to make something new. The most amazing thing about me would be the fact that I am an adult who's so bad at hunting, tracking, and making fire, and knowing what berries to eat. I'm sure they would be pretty amazed at my C-section scar. Bear Grylls could surely show them some life hacks. I'd give him a blowjob. Well, I'm a white homo sapien that can digest lactose, so I'd be pretty freaky to them already. Seriously. The first thing I thought of, and I think it would really work. Sing. Not just sing, but like try your hardest like no one is watching and sing the best songs you can think of. Music is a universal language, and if you have a good singing voice it would be amazing. I still hear songs I've heard a billion times and certain parts in the vocals give me goosebumps. Make the hair on my neck stand straight up. I am a veritable giant. 6'11". Broad-shouldered. Barrel-chested. Literally head and shoulders above basically everyone. Also I can make gunpowder. Start performing Bohemian Rhapsody from start to finish. Is there any other answer? With my erect and circumcised dick. Because apparently we're teleporting with Terminator rules. Helicopter mi dong. I could probably build a decent tensgritty table from some logs and vines. That would probably completely break their brains. Considering it breaks a lot of people's brains pretty effectively even today. Impress the cave ladies with foreplay. Get killed by the cavemen because the cave women only want me. Thaw him out and go for a walk around the block. Now if I'd traveled back in time. Mildly concerned about erasing human history by giving them COVID BC.